just finished disposing of a body when I ran into a police checkpoint on the way back, but I wasn't worried at all. I quickly pulled out my work credentials.
I'm with forensics. Why else would I be here?
Seeing I was one of their own, the officers immediately waved me through. However, when I got out of the car and took a look, I was completely stunned. The body I had disposed of last time had been discovered by the police. After I'd killed Phillips previously, I dumped his body in the alligator pond as usual. I never expected that the alligators hadn't completely finished off one of Phillips's arms, and it had floated to the surface. What made it worse was that the female police chief asked me to collect fingerprints from the corpse. If they identified the victim, this would become a murder investigation, and I could end up in the electric chair. At this critical moment, I spotted the alligators in the water and immediately came up with a plan.
Bon appetit.
Morgan! What happened?
Alligator came out of nowhere. I'm lucky I got out of the way in time, but it took the arm. Swam off.
How the hell could you let this happen?
He could have died, Detective.
My acting skills were nearly Oscar-worthy. Now that the only evidence had been carried away by the alligator, the female chief had no choice but to drop it. I successfully got through thanks to my masterful performance. Meanwhile, another demon who preyed on children had appeared, but this demon never imagined that he would eventually end up on my dissection table. The child managed to scratch the demon's arm while he wasn't paying attention. Despite being really brave, the kid was quickly overpowered and pinned to the ground.
Let me go! Let me go! My father's a cop! And
The next day, everyone at the police station looked grim. The demon had mailed over the child's finger. This was already the second case. Not long ago, there was an unsolved case of a child found hanging from a bridge. Now the killer had struck again. And worse yet, the kidnapped child was the police chief's only son. Based on the killer's pattern, soon after the police received the finger, the child would be murdered. These back-to-back child killings completely awakened my bloodthirsty nature. I swore I would put this killer on my operating table. While everyone else was at a loss, I discovered an inconspicuous blood stain on the edge of the box. This could be the killer's blood, so I rushed to collect and analyze it. Before the results came back, I studied the severed finger again and was surprised to find hesitation marks where it had been cut. Why would the killer hesitate? There was only one possibility: the killer knew the child. The next day I arrived at the office early only to suddenly see the chief sitting at my desk. The lab results were in. The blood on the outside of the box matched the blood type of the finger inside. If the killer was related to the child, then matching blood types would be inevitable. That's when I noticed the bandage on the chief's wrist.